Welcome back to the show, right across the platforms of Youth Talk. It's Youth Jam Company. Now, before the break, I had Sony Brinkers on the show talking about Fuller House, a new season, and to talk to him more about it, as well as his magic in acting, it's Michael Campion. Welcome, how are you?
Hi, doing good. How about yourself?
Yeah, really good, thank you. First of all, how are you and your family going during the COVID-19 lockdown in the US?
It's been all right. We are doing good. I mean, it hasn't affected us all too much in the sense where we're not living in a bad neighborhood. It's just, more inconvenient to get things nowadays. That's all.
I did notice on your Instagram you had Jesus delivering your goods yesterday.
Yes, he did. That was very interesting. Lots of I've been getting a lot of Postmates, and Jesus decided to give me my food yesterday.
Oh,
that was great.
Just like Sony, you're about 17, 18 years old, and you've been acting for quite some time. Most of your high school life, I presume. What got you into it?
Into acting?
Yeah.
Well, I've been actually acting since I was 5, and it started out as just something that I love to do. I just kind of hardwired to talk to people, and I started doing community theater. A lot of my friends did it, and then it took off at a super early age. I started doing it professionally at 6. My very first acting role ever professionally was this commercial for the Florida hospital. I live in Florida, and I was just running around being like a little kid, and I was like, this is the best thing ever. So it's turned into acting classes, and then theater, and then a movie, and then another movie, and then Fuller House came when I was 12. So it's been an amazing journey.
What do you love about it? What keeps you going with acting?
What keeps me going, man? I've never even really thought about that.
I make you think. That's my job.
Thank you. And no, that's honestly a great question, because the business side can be very difficult, and sometimes that really interferes with the process. But actually acting, I think that the reason I do it, not only am I good at it, but I think that I'm able to kind of help people in a way, because I know whenever I watch a movie and there's a really good actor or a really good story, and I love it, I feel so inspired and so moved to go do more and be the best version of myself. So I feel like I can kind of play a part in that when providing to other people, for sure.
That is the best response I've had to a question like that. Helping people, how wonderful. Now, you play Jackson Fuller in Fuller House. What's it been like on set, forming relationships with the other cast, and just moving forward and progressing as Jackson, not Michael?
So forming relationship, I love everyone in the cast. First of all, let's just get that out of the way. They are
brilliant,
amazing. They are like my second family. I wish I could see them more often, but now with this whole thing, it's been kind of weird.
Difficult.
It's definitely difficult. But we go out and we do stuff. When this stuff isn't happening, go out to dinner sometimes. We'll have a reunion, and that happens every 6 months or so. It's only been It's only been a few months, so it hasn't been. It's not too terrible. I'm sorry. Wait, go back to the question. What was the question again?
Good question. I've forgotten as well now. The question was, how have you progressed as in the character's role, I suppose, as Jackson, not as Michael, because in your high school life, you've been on set all that time. What's it like progressing as Jackson?
Right. So what you're saying is the character, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Correct.
Wonderful. Okay. I understand that. I was saying that they kind of are going at parallel rates, because I feel like everyone that I work with on the real side of things also kind of translates to us on TV, because our chemistry is so strong, and Jackson interacts with them in such a realistic way, as I work with them in such like a realistic way. And that actually helps me grow kind of as a person and as an actor, and that helps me be more truthful in my acting. But Jackson in specific, he's grown so much. He was like this little boy, and now he's like this little man. He's kind of going into the real world, and the second part of season 5 is going to wrap that up beautifully.
Brilliant. Now, Sony sold the season yesterday really, really well. But my job is to get an exclusive from you. I will try anyway. What can
Right.
you tell me about the new season that you might not have told anyone else?
Oh man, I wonder what Sony told you. I'm very interested now. Oh man, Ah, I can't be too specific, but I guess I
I don't
guess
mind.
maybe man, things that I haven't told anyone else. Well, Jackson, me specifically, I go through a lot of relationship changes. I know that I'm dating
Ah,
Rocky in this, and I take a completely different path than what I was originally going down. And there's a lot of baby drama. If you guys are interested in all that, we got some.
here we
We have
go.
a new baby. We have a lot. We have some parents. We have new love triangles and stuff. You guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be great.
Will you miss filming Fuller House?
I miss it. I already miss it so much because it was such an integral part of my day, my life. I got to know these people and gave my best, and now, like the whole business is kind of shut down, regardless of just
Hmm.
Fuller House. But yeah, I miss it for sure.
My guest on the phone is Michael Campion. We'll come back after the break, talk some more. It's Youth Jam right across the Youth Talk. Stay tuned with me. It is now. Welcome back to Youth Talk. My guest on the phone is Michael Campion from Fuller House, also Robo Dog, Red Ruby, and Christmas Trade, listing all his stuff. Welcome back. I want to ask you about your magic now. I've been told by Sony actually to ask you this. Tell us a bit about your magic, what you do, and also the magic tricks you pull off in the Fuller House school or whatever it was.
Yeah, that's so fun. Well, I started doing magic tricks when I was about 8 years old, and I fell in love with it because naturally I'm the performing type.
Hmm.
And that was just this crazy cool avenue to entertain people on the fly. And I love it because I love outsmarting people. I love like playing chess. I love playing poker. It's just but in a fun way, of course.
Yeah.
My first experiences doing it, I mean, I'm going to say professionally, was at this place called the Magic Castle
Mm.
here in LA. Essentially, it's this club for magicians where people can go and have dinner and have like magic shows. There's several different rooms, there's bars. It's this weird mansion in the Hollywood Hills. It's very exclusive. And I joined their junior program. I had to audition to get in. And I learned some of like the coolest magic tricks from there. So anytime I would have a magic trick that I wanted to try out at the castle, I would first do it in the schoolroom. So I would learn these
Uh-huh.
like super exclusive magic tricks or like make my own. And be like, okay, guys, I have a new magic trick here today. Let me show you. And like, oh yeah. So I gather all the cast around and I do it. And 90% of the time their minds would be just absolutely blown. And it was like the highlight of the week. You'd be like, how did you do that? Like, one time I came up with this trick where I would just get someone's phone. I just say, I just need your phone. That's all I need. I would ask them to like name any car of any year, and it would be across the room, and the person would pick up the phone and it would be that exact car and year. It was the coolest thing. I think that's by far the best one I've ever pulled on the set.
Oh,
It was great.
wonderful. I love
Yeah.
that. And also, I love the relationship you have with Sony and Elias. I've heard about this. What was it like being pretty much the only regular child actors on set, with the rest being adults?
It is such a blessing, truly, to have that experience on a set where, I mean, first of all, we were in every episode. So that is
Yeah.
just a blessing within itself. But having that experience all the time, every day, cultivating these kinds of relationships with people that you work with, like I said, it really becomes like a second family. And I would seriously consider them like my siblings now. It's very interesting how that all plays out. And if you go on the set, you'll see like the chemistry is just so true. It's so there.
What does the future look like for you? I know you're only 17 years old, but what are you looking at doing in acting over the next, I don't know, 40 years perhaps? We're going big scheme here.
Wow, 40 years, man. I'm thinking like 10 years right now, but like 40 years, I would love to be at the point where I am like Keanu Reeves is my biggest inspiration. If I can
Oh,
get to like
nice.
Keanu Reeves level, where I've got
Would
a
be
lot of
good.
movies under
Yeah.
my belt, I'm doing like these weird video game things. I'm sort of a bit of an icon. That is truly where I want to be at the end goal. But a bit more realistic goal for now is I want to do a dramatic feature film, because I've been doing sitcoms for so long.
Yeah.
Or this one sitcom for 5 years. And I think that my acting really shines when I get a chance to pull out that like dramatic side of me. So maybe that would be awesome.
That would be fun. Now, Sony yesterday told me her highlight of her acting career, and kindly reminded me that she's only 18 years old. I suppose the same for you. You're only 17. What's been the highlight? I presume it's Fuller House related, but what is your highlight in acting?
It's definitely Fuller House for sure. But specifically, I think season 5 was the highlight for me. It was just the culmination of all of my years up until that point, and they gave me the most dramatic roles. They really dealt with the loss of my dad in the show and everything wrapping up. So I got to express those sides of me in sort of this unexpected way, and so they started giving me more, which really helped me grow as an actor. So I think that season 5, especially part 2, is like the pinnacle of where I am at right this second. And I'm really excited for people to see it, because it's a really good season.
And what would you say to someone our age who is considering getting into acting?
Considering getting into acting, I think, oh man, I've gotten this question a lot, and it's such a difficult question to answer because everyone comes from such a different background. But I have to say that the underlying thing, beyond any background that you come from, or any situation that you're in, you have to love acting more than life itself, because it is, especially when you get into the professional ranks, it is so difficult on the business side, because you are in this heated competition with all these people and these weird business practices that are it's this big learning curve that is honestly really scary. And unless you're in it 100% for the acting, if that's not where the love comes from, you're going to burn out really fast. So the one thing you have to evaluate first is, do I love this a lot? And if you can answer that question, then the steps become a little easier in practical terms, because first you get experience like doing theater. That's at least what I did. That's at least the easiest step for me. And then from there, you determine, do I want to do this? Do I want to go to school? Do I want to get an agent? Do I want to get more professional acting experience? Who do I know? What position am I in? That's where all the situational stuff comes in, is how do I grow? And that is definitely a tailored experience that I feel like I would be really unqualified to even answer unless like I knew you personally, But that's just the sort of general advice that I give to everyone.
My guest on the phone has been 17-year-old legendary actor Michael Campion from Fuller House. You can follow him on Instagram, just search Michael Campion. And whilst you're at it, why not follow Youth Talk Radio? Michael, thanks for your time. It's been a pleasure having you on. And I won't forget the answer you gave me earlier on about helping people. Wonderful. Thank you for your time this evening.
Thank you so much, man.
It is Youth Jam right across Youth Talk. Stay tuned.